Hello, everyone. I'm here with my dad, Ben.
How's everybody?
I'm sure everyone's doing. How's everybody? He wants to know how everybody's doing. Anyway, I just want to come on and do a video with my dad, a bearded video with my dad, and talk a little bit about him. That's quite a beard you got going on, Dad. You've been about what 4 or 5 months now with it.
Right at 5 months.
There you go, about 5 months, yeah. And man, he's got a great beard going, and he's always asking me how mine's doing too, and. I'm just excited to be sitting here with my dad. My dad's an awesome man, and I want to come on and do a beard video with him and also tell a beard related story related to my dad. And he wanted to come on here and say hello to everyone as well. But you got a little cedarwood in right now, right? Oil, cedarwood oil.
That's what he said.
Yeah, it smells great, huh? You like it?
So far.
So far, all right. Well, we'll see what everyone else has to say about it. You know, I want to tell you, I know that my dad has had an influence on me regarding my beard, and it's been I can probably count on 3 fingers how many times I've seen my dad smoothly shaven over the years. And we say smoothly shaven, right? Not cleanly shaven.
Right.
Because, you know, I mean, my face, as much attention, you bearded guys know you pay more attention to your face now that you have a big beard than you did prior to. So it's not clean shaven, it's smoothly shaven. And this man right here has for most of my life has had hair on his face, either just a full beard or a goatee and a nice mustache, or just a mustache from time to time. I remember early on there's some pictures of him with those mutton chops like Elvis used to wear back in the early 70s. But anyway, you know, I don't know how. I was telling him we just got back from eating some nice Mexican food, and I was telling him that it's probably been 100 times in my life, going all the way back to the late 70s, that people would always say, "Man, your dad looks just like Kenny Rogers." And I've heard that a million times in my life, I'd say. And that's a compliment, isn't it? I mean, Kenny's a handsome man, and so is my dad, Ben. And so, anyway, I've heard that many times. And that's because he always had a really nice beard with him. But, Dad, what do you think about your little beard journey here lately? How's it going?
I'm not. I'm enjoying the excuse me.
That's all right.
I get a lot of
compliments.
a lot of compliments from a lot of people.
Comes up in conversation all the time, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. It's interesting. He was telling me on the way, I said, "Hey, we're going to do a video when we get back." And he said, he was talking about his beard, and he mentioned how when when we were younger, my sister Shelly, he'd kiss her on the cheek, and she'd kind of get tickled by his beard. And then later on in life, as she grew up, she's like, "Oh, Dad, you got to keep your beard. You got to keep your beard." She always liked it. And I have the same with my daughter, Saray. My daughter Saray tells me, "Dad, even though you just recently, in the last 5 or 6 years, grown a big long beard," and I've always had some facial hair to some degree. Haven't been really smoothly shaven since I was about 19, actually, but in mid-50s now. But my daughter says the same thing about me. She loves my beard, and is always saying that you're the man, that this is what you had. Your beard is the man you've always been. But I want to you doing all right, Dad?
Yeah.
You doing great? I want to tell a beard-related story that's known by a lot of people about my dad. And Coach Benny Ross is in the Southwest Optimist Hall of Fame. My dad was a Little League football and baseball coach while I was growing up. And he coached for the Southwest Optimists, and we were the Southwest Optimist Tigers in South Oklahoma City. And right now, scattered all over our country, all over the U.S., are men in their 50s who would refer to my dad as one of their dads or their second dad. And to some kids, he was the only dad they had. And so, as a Little League coach, he coached football and coached baseball, and he's in the Southwest Optimist Hall of Fame for being a coach, and he really ministered, because it really was a ministry to him, to a lot of young kids, and we had some pretty salty teams, didn't we, Dad?
We did.
We did, and we were really good at baseball, really good at baseball. But the beard related story that I want to share with everyone is football related. And so I want to take everyone back to about 1980. And 1980, we're about 10 years old. And we had a pretty salty little team. I'll tell you what, our baseball team was really good. Our football team was mean. My dad, Benny, and his 4 brothers were fantastic athletes, well-known athletes in the Oklahoma City area growing up, all the way through high school and even on into college in football and baseball and basketball. And so he brought that to our team. But I'll tell you something else my dad brought to our team is there were a lot of kids that maybe, nobody wanted to play, or maybe this is their first time to play. And my dad would have them on our team, on the Tigers, Southwest Optimist Tigers, and turn them into really good athletes and really good ball players. But back in 1980, I remember the practice very well. You remember this, Dad?
Which one? There's so many.
Well, the beard story.
The beard story.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's where we're going. I want to talk about the football beard story. We've relived this a few times. So about in the fall of 1980, my dad was coaching our football team, our Little League football team. And we were scrappy. We were scrappy and mean. You might beat us, but you knew we were there kind of a team, just mean. And he recognized that we were doing pretty well. He said, I want to make a deal with you guys. If you win the championship, I will let every one of you shave my beard. Every one of you take turns shaving my beard. Go ahead.
We had lost to a team. To a team that I knew that we were a much better team.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I told the boys that you guys, you didn't lose that game. And I just told them right straight up front, I guarantee that you boys are not going to lose to this team ever again.
Ever again, yeah.
Never again. Don't you worry. And I said, I'll guarantee you'll beat this team every time you play them. And matter of fact, if you guys win the championship, I'll pale my
shave your beard.
I'll shave my beard.
Mm-hmm.
And the day you win the championship,
that's right.
I'll take my beard,
your beard off.
That was the deal. That was the deal.
Yep.
If you
win the championship, we get to all shave his beard.
That's right.
And he had a beard about like so. I mean, it wasn't just a little bit of stubble. I mean, he had a really good beard going. He'd probably been in almost a year into that beard, 8-9 months at least.
Yeah.
And it was a nice big beard that he had. And so I'll tell you what happened that year. That motivated us throughout the year. I mean, there were parents saying, listen, you're not going to be able to shave Coach Benny's beard if you don't play hard, and it motivated us. And my dad put that out there to all of us young men. And so I'm going to tell you what happened. We ended up going into the playoffs, and we beat a team. I remember who it was. We beat the Thunder Chiefs, who were a team. Remember the Thunder Chiefs?
They made hit every time when we had a win.
You were reminded.
We're going to reminded every single time
Yeah.
with the Lynn.
Yeah. When we win, we kept him on his toes. We said, listen, we're going to win it, Coach Benny. And I'd say, Dad, of course. And we're going to win it, and we're going to take turns shaving your beard. So we beat the Thunder Chiefs. Then we moved on. We beat this team called the Sharks, I remember. And these were a couple of teams that, were really good teams.
Out of
Yeah, really good teams. And I think they beat us during this season. That may have been one of them that you were talking about. But anyway, that put us in the championship game. Keep in mind, this is going back in the fall of 1980. Puts us in the championship game against the Southside Bears, a pretty stacked team. And they come out there, Dad, in their purple and fancy purple and gold uniforms and stickers on their helmets and all that. And here we are, a bunch of ragtag guys that we'd thrown together, and we're about to square off for the championship. Well, it was a tough game, and we ended up in overtime, correct?
Correct.
We ended up in a couple of overtimes, and I remember even as a young kid looking up and seeing players from teams and parents that I didn't even know who the other games had kind of.
300 at the championship game, and a little
Lily.
There were over 300 people at the game.
That's right. A lot of other games had finished up, and here they are sitting here watching this epic 10-year-old football battle taking place at Davis Field in South Oklahoma City between the Southwest Optimus Tigers, Coach Benny Ross, and the Southside Bears, who were a pretty salty and stacked team. And we took them into a couple of overtimes. The entire park was there, about 300 people or so, because here's the thing. Everyone, even the age groups below us and above us, they all knew the deal that the Southwest Tigers had with their dad, or with their coach, my dad, that if we win it, we get to shave his beard off. And so anyway, a couple overtimes later, we scored, and then they try to pass on us to tie the game or to go ahead. And big David Wheeler, who's another son of my dad. I'm my dad's son. I've got a younger brother, but he has many sons, a lot of them going back to Southwest Optimus Tiger days all over the country, and who referred to him as Dad. And big David Wheeler, one of his other extended sons, I'll say, batted a pass down, and we won the championship. Something I remember about that is I was one of the first ones to my dad. And this man, he's a strong man, and back then he was really strong. This is a construction worker, an iron worker, a guy who swung a sledgehammer every day, and moved bricks and things like that. And I remember, and keep in mind I'm about 9 or 10 years old, and he grabbed me and he launched me up in the air, what seemed like 20 feet at the time. And I wasn't a toddler, I wasn't a huge guy, but a huge kid, but he threw me up in the air. And I remember looking down, and I'd already started crying because we had won. And I remember seeing my dad just be removed out from underneath me by all this mob of kids, and even the parents that weren't even part of our team, because everyone knew what was going on. And I, of course, I fell and I hit, I remember laying on a few players and maybe a mom or something, and fell and scraped my elbow up. I remember I bounced right up and joined the celebration. And I'll tell you, it was a great time. And keep in mind, Dad, it was a cool evening. This is a cool Saturday evening, maybe a week before Thanksgiving. We're in November playing football here. And so we found a baseball field in the same park, not too far from where we won. And we went over, and they brought some warm water down from the concession stand. And I remember they cut open some old ice bags, clear ice bags for the tarp or whatever, and to put up around your neck. And we had planned on winning, so we brought the clippers and the scissors and the razors and all the shaving cream. And we sat there on a cool Saturday night in the fall of 1980, and myself and 18 or 20 other young 10-year-olds, we took turns taking off Dad's beard, because we had accomplished, and we had won the championship, and he had used that to motivate us. And so we don't recommend you shaving your beard, but if you do, do it for a cause. And I know there's a lot of guys who will grow it out and then shave it off for a cause. So that's great. But anyway, to this day, I want you to know, to this day, actually, I would say just a couple of years ago, I run into a kid, he's a grown man, not a kid, one of my former friends, and he brought that up, and I've heard it many times over the years. Do you remember the time Coach Benny shaved his beard because you guys won the championship? And it just kind of that challenge permeated the entire league, and it came from this man right here. And so I thought you would enjoy that nice little beard story. I probably left out some things I intended to say, but I think you got the point. Dad put his beard on the line in 1980 to motivate some young men to do something great, and we did it. And he's always had a wonderful beard, and I've got a beard because of his inspiration. And anything else you want to say about that game or that memory, Dad? Do you remember us? I think even some of the parents got involved on that and was shaving you down a little bit. It was just a big party out there.
It was, and you can, use anything to
Motivate.
motivate
Mm-hmm.
anybody. Why not?
Why not?
To
Why not? That's right. That's right. Well, you got a nice one, Dad. You got a nice one going, and it looks great. And I wanted to share that with you and come on the channel here and make a video and just make a video with my dad, a beard video, and just tell what kind of inspiration he's been to me and so many over the years, particularly with the beard. The beard story has been repeated many times over. And man, you got a nice beard. You're just gonna let it go, huh?
so
far, just let it go.
why not?
Why not? Might as well. It's a face God gave you, right?
That's right.
That's what he was saying earlier. So anyway, well, I hope that story blessed everyone. Stay bearded, and just be blessed to grow the face that God gave you. Anything else? Any parting words, Dad?
I don't I don't think you share it without hot soap water.
We didn't shave with hot water.
That's right.
Well, he would remember that. So there wasn't any warm water from the concession stand. It was all cold.
No, not from the. No, it was cold.
Oh, excuse me for misspeaking on that. I thought we brought some warm water out for you. But anyway, my dad's had a great beard for much of my life, and I've always loved that story, as a lot of people have, and a lot of people remember it. And I hope you're blessed by it. And I'm just so honored to be sitting here with my father. Well, he's got a great beard going, and he's inspired me through many things over the years, and he's blessed many people. And we just want to come on and make a video and say hey to everyone and tell everybody our little beard related story. Hope you enjoyed it.